And it's time for the one, the only, the map that everyone loves to death and beyond, Michael. Ancient.
I'm sorry, is that supposed to be evoking some kind of reaction out of me? I've heard that there has been even a couple of the yes men, a couple of people that were pro Ancient have, some of them switched. I think Maui's given up hope on this map. Well, full util exec out from Wisla, and while the Molotovs and the smokes are down, there's still an isolated fight that's come as a result of it. So they still hold on to Cave here on the side of one shot, here on the defensive end of things, but they'll need to make things at least high effort. Snatchie, how's he managed that? He's managed to somehow sneak into the backline of Cave, and while one shot are setting up for the retake, getting completely shot on the side.
And FPS once again had to come try and step things up. He's found the first, can't follow up, and Greg alone will die together with the rest of his team. That's just an immediate onslaught of the B-bomb side. So fast onto it, they cannot react in time. One shot is just completely taken off guard. I think their comms must have gone totally wonky if Snatchie's able to get in the back lines like that. And Snatchie being off to such a good start is not a good sign for the side of one shot. After what he did to them in the previous game, I want this guy to be slow as a snail.
Yeah, this guy's an enabler in a lot of ways. Just creates a lot of room. Bad smoke as well for middle, so, you know, there's a little worry. I was, you know, gonna maybe play devil's advocate of like, oh, is this a bait? Have one shot been putting in the reps? But we're seeing some early signs that there may be a lack of those reps, in fact. Also, I have to say that when you looked at that pistol and seeing the players just sort of paralyzed almost by how Wisla were going about it, it's a little cause for concern. A lot of territory taken by Red Room. Fade that, pulling out a nade instead of swinging after his teammates getting shot at. That felt like the wrong reaction, and players just aren't looking at it from behind. FPS caught out with just the scout, and there was a boost over A main, and while Greg will get one, he is now fully exposed. Yeah, not a whole lot to write home about here if you're one shot.
Yeah, Cynics is just going to have to try and... I mean, honestly, I don't even know. Maybe just get some exits. That's best case scenario for him. Problem is going out of the Mac 10 isn't particularly great either. Michael, you know how I was asking about who's going to be stepping up? Actually, I think that I might have messed up the narrative for this one a little bit, and I'll take this moment to correct it. The reason why I kept talking about, hey, why has one shot sort of let Ancient be there? Obviously, Wisla are the ones picking it, but one shot, like you mentioned, do normally comparatively end up banning it out. We talked a lot about how, hey, Wisla's not had a great track record, even though they've been doing better recently, etc., etc. That missed smoke is terrifying me.
Yeah, no.
If you're missing that one smoke, then yeah, Wisla might have gone for the correct map pick. Now, obviously, it's a one-off, could be a small mistake, but if it's a sign of things to come, it is worrying.
Yeah, might have thrown like his Molotov lineup for that position instead of the smoke lineup, right? Because obviously they have different spread and different area of effect. We'll not read too heavy into it, but we are getting I wouldn't say first impressions of one shot, seen them about the scene for some time, at least, you know, here in Iran. But not facing teams like this, obviously. But there's still a lot to be proven for these guys, and you'd imagine they have that chip on the shoulder as well. They want people to recognize them as another one of these strong CIS teams. So,
problem with having chips on your shoulder, Michael, is that your shoulder breaks apart very quickly if you're taking a bit of pressure on top of it. And sort of is that brittleness. It can be very hard, but hold on very easily. And I'm hoping that that isn't the case from one shot. Really would love to see a bit more fight from them. It always is great to see one of these CIS teams just come through and have a bit of whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this guy's insane. Oh my god, this guy's also insane. Oh my god, they're all insane.
Everyone has that revelation like, oh, these guys are all such talents. It's like, hey, maybe we've been playing this way for a while, just by the way.
Yeah, people had that revelation about Entropic like 5 times.
Yeah, fully.
It's like, guys, we were like Windstrike, and then X-Windstrike, and then EPG. Like, really? You're all the same
we pulled
team?
off upsets against like these NA teams and other teams that you just completely count us out against, and now you're only just recognized. Okay, man, whatever. Just gotta keep on keeping on.
Made it down. Will be brought down as well. There's some consolation to come through their way. You know, bring your confidence up a little bit more. Extra kill bonus is quite nice as well, I suppose. Cynics can maybe drop out an AWP for FPS in the next one. You can have a better balance of armor and utility across the lot.
Yeah, gamble kind of round here for one shot and just not able to find too much from it. So it's just a formality that we push ourselves to a third round here for Wisla, and there's really no reason for them to hunt that one down either. So what? They've got a Mac 10. Big whoop. Meanwhile, Wisla will continue their can of whoop ass.
Where does that phrase come from?
I'm unsure. I know it exists.
Yeah, it's a very American phrase for sure.
It is.
Like, open up a can of whoop ass.
Yeah, it sounds like very macho man like.
Yeah. Jetka's going to be going out deep, straight in the mid. You ask for a macho man, and Jetka's here to deliver. 2 HP on him, and he still goes forward and nowhere but. Sparrow will be the first casualty on the side of Wisla, despite the low HP of Jetka, making it seem like maybe he should be the one. He's actually found his way inside Red Room. He's looking to block them off, and he's found the kill to stop the rotations and make them so damn terrified. And with a minute and a half, they're rotating away. Sobol left behind to try and sell this fake. But who is buying?
Oh, the fact that he gets even half of his HP chunked off, considering he was 2, is already a little worrisome. A little jump up there from Sobol to spot out the AWP, so a bit of an acceleration towards the B side of the map as well. Jekka has to play his cards cool, calm, collected. Goofy at the moment isn't considering the angle, and so his teammate will die for his efforts. Goofy can get this planted now, though. With one shot nearly close enough to this bomb site to contest, now it's a rendezvous for Sobol.
Caught out! Sobol's taking him down immediately. This is going to be giving so much more space for them to work with on the bomb side. Goofy's got the win as well. Greg with an AWP was handed to him as a result of his low HP, and now he has to make it work. An AK to be picked up as well if he'd like, but Sobol's coming from the side. No chance whatsoever. Greg with a knife in his hand, and he will end up losing out the one-on-one.
Expresses just how important it is that you get that information as quickly as possible and how you're able to use it, because as soon as Sobol got that one kill, you know, he's sort of positioned outside of ramp. That's last working info for Greg, and reasonable assumption he doesn't get to cave in time, but Sobol was very quick about how he repositioned. One-on-ones are not fun for CTs on this map. Yeah, that's again the same smoke.
Yeah.
So that worry has really pulled forward. He's throwing it down mid, thinking, there's no way. They won't see me coming.
I'm thinking of this in a world where FPS just decided, you know what, I'm gonna go check to see how the smoke is doing, because I feel like it's not doing its job. Why are they pushing through again and again? I'm gonna go check myself. You know,
yeah.
That's why he went for the deal. Figured it out. It is wrong.
Yeah, he's studied, he's looked at the results, and he's looked over his answers and been like, why have I done that?
Honestly, this just reminds me of when, the point actually, because there could be interesting things going on. Oh my god, how did he get it? How did he get it every single time? Snatchie's so good on these close range entries, man.
Yeah, it looked like he shouldn't have had much of a shot, right? His teammates ahead of him as well, and could have very well taken that kill, but Snatchie just threaded the needle.
I was saying, when Vertigo initially came out, you know that ramp smoke that you throw from the elevators? I've failed that so many times. I was like, yeah, I've seen the pros throw it. I can chuck it out. And it just went off the map. It honestly seems a little bit of that case going on over there.
Like
and obviously,
the
I'm just
deep A ramp
reading.
smoke, right? Like the one where
Yeah. Yes. Harder than it looks.
It's a lineup, and then it's all about the movement afterwards. So it's yeah, it can be a lot of these smokes are super finicky. I think I was talking about this the other day. There's walk smokes, there's jump throws, there's crouching walk jump throws. You know, there's pros will find a way to get the nade to be where they want it to be.
The thing about smokes is there's a little bit more leeway as well, though, Michael, but the flashes are where it gets really annoying, because there's a flashbang that I've never managed to perfect without, CL show pause, and obviously since that's not there anymore, we don't have it. It blinds out, I think I might have shown it to you as well at one point, it blinds out basically everyone in the dust to upper tunnels who are close to the entrance of the B bomb site. It just blinds them, nowhere to dodge it whatsoever. It's thrown from inside the bomb site from the safe position, pops on top of the tunnels, and then because of the way the planks are arranged, if it pops in the exact position, it blinds everyone. Oh, okay. But it's really annoying to actually get right because it's just one of those weird crouch walk.
Yeah, a little finicky. Yeah. Velocity is important. Well, velocity is certainly a picture or part of this round as Jekka and Fada both combine off of short to get a couple of these kills over outside of B. It's not even really hoping to accomplish too much, just going for some early control, see what was up on the defensive end. One shot taking it to him.
Jetka's here to respond and bring it back into even territory. They've still got honestly, they've got a lot of utility to try and make this execute happen, but the problem is going to be Fada. They don't have a flash to actually bring him off of it, and the angle is perfect. He's found himself the kill. 3 kills for him this one. A couple of those it did look like Wisla would have been able to find a one-on-one to go their way with how incredibly dominant they've been in those duels. But no, Fada just takes control and finds them their first round, inaugurates them on the CT side.
Yeah, they were feeling a little bit of that dry spell. And, you know, I think there's a part of it as well where even some of the stuff they're doing on the server might be called into question when they're maybe a little less rehearsed. Only something working. Snatchie struck again with the ult, but Jekka able to get another kill. Oh, wait, how Cynics has died to his own Molotov. I don't know how that's... I don't even know how... He was in front of the Molotov ramp side.
Life finds a way, Michael.
Perplexing.
I'm definitely not using their quote right, but life finds a way, Michael.
Yeah, I guess it does.
So does Death. The question is, which way is Death going to actually end up going? It is into the of FPS, and Sobol not ready for the second man to already be. They will lose his own life. Now back to a 2-on-2, but problem is that the bomb can actually make its way over to B very comfortably. Sparrow is deep inside the bomb site, and the bomb will be planted before the CTs have even an inkling of what's going on.
This would be kind of a poor round to give up if you're Wisla, considering they were given basically a freebie off the early exchanges, and then, of course, Sobel providing so much sort of a distraction over the A side. Yeah, too detached from the site. So worried about maybe advanced post plants there from Wisla. It's almost impossible for them to close in on that gap without taking heavy losses. Also, they can get their hands on a double ult, so may as well. Now there were 3 to go around, so if they could dual wield them, they really wish they could.
They're saving.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, but like, you know, it's one of those things where I just feel like mentality-wise, I'd love to see them just go for it after the previous game that they had, after the previous few rounds that they had. But obviously, you know, like you've been mentioning again and again and again, Michael, big picture.
Yeah, they have to think big picture, of course. Like, especially if the double ult is something that they're hoping to activate in the follow-up round, right? Then this is where that, you know, that one call can really pay off. I don't know what a lot of this mid-utility is from the CT side, in all fairness. I feel like they're throwing things just for the sake of throwing them. But using it as soon as it's down, right? Fada peering around the other side and realizing that there's no one actually going for any sort of control here on the T side of things. So they can actually push a few of the boundaries here if Wisla aren't careful.
Much for Wisla this time over. A bit of respect sort of beat into them after these past few rounds have been slightly shaky or just been lost outright in one of those cases. On the cheetah control and B house is being now contested. Grex here with that secondary, like you said, Michael. Not quite the dual wielding opping. Unfortunately, Counter-Strike doesn't quite have that yet. Yet being the key word. One day.
I'm not swole enough to hold 2 AWPs.
Would be cool if you can just lodge one into a wall and just like, take turns. But no, Greg smoked off the angle, needs to find a shot before, and he's unable to do it through the smoke. Now, as they start to move in, Jack has got an opportunity, but reveals the boost while he's trying to go for it. Gets a kill in the fadeaway nonetheless, and the bomb not yet planted now goes down, and the smokes are just about to dissipate. Snatchie is tagged and slowed down, so he cannot retreat out of the bomb site. 5-on-3. This retake has to do wonders for them. Goofy's boosted up onto the box, waiting for the push to come through. They've got all the flashes necessary, but can they actually scale onto the bomb side? They're hesitating so much, and Goofy's gone for the first peak. Sobol combines his forces. He's got another kill on top of it. Now it's a 1-on-2. Goofy against the orbs. He sees the first. The defuse is coming in, and Goofy cannot move. He sees the foot as well, but he's gonna have to move out into the open. FPS. Oh my god, he removes himself off the bomb.
Didn't have a kit. He didn't have a kit, so his teammate has a kit. He's fighting that fight, but FPS was the one that actually made the cross, and that's a 10-second defuse that he couldn't commit to as soon as his teammate does. A 3-on-5. I mean, effectively a full 5-on-5, but as soon as they got the big numbers advantage, you're thinking One Shot might be able to trade, but you can see how much more comfortable Wisla are on the map.
Yeah, Sobol just getting those 2 kills was huge.
Yeah, and One Shot all rotate in through spawn, all collectively. There's the 2 major choke points, but it just allows for so much more freedom for Wisla to kind of play off of each other.
Finds out Sobol, takes him down this time. Again, the advantage gained a little bit earlier before the bomb can actually end up going down. Faded as well inside, or rather behind the smoke. Will not make this an easy plant to come through. The spam can be great, and FPS has now come in as well to give him the assistance with the off. Grenade's not going to do too much. Spam all over the place. Okay, that is a definition of spamming.
Just don't even know it's carpet bombing, effectively. Jedker does actually get 1 kill right back, but One Shot's still holding the numbers, and these ulps are having some impact. Grek and FPS both combining. 3 kills between them, and with Spiro 1-on-4, they're already sticking it with the defuse kits. No ifs, buts about this one. Just getting up with the upgrades on the AKs. A second round. These haven't been the most convincing. Again, another position where they're forced into a retake scenario, but with Wisla, I think just testing things out over towards the A site, may not have expected that ult to be in that position, because, you know, they kind of fly in a little dry. Maybe hoping to just punish and immediately push into the bomb site. One Shot, or at least able to hit the shot they needed to. Alright, now into this. We've seen how precarious a couple of the Wisla rounds have been. The money's not exactly in the best of spots.
Oh,
Boost from
the
Jedker
boost
is dirty.
Nasty. Especially when it's a player who's as far forward as that with no backup whatsoever. Jack is going to try and get a nade out to see if anyone's coming in to try and pick up the gun, but FPS has missed his shot, and his second one goes to the knees instead. Jekka inside the Molotov gets 2 before he falls, but it's still even Steven, and FPS has to make it better than that. Again, a missed opportunity. He's being chased down. He's missing all his shots, and Faded has to be the janitor instead, cleaning up the mess.
Oh.
But the janitor has lost his job and Greg has lost his life, Sparrow will give them the 8th.
Oh, as soon as that smoke faded as well, Sparrow knew what kind of opportunity he had. Just capitalizing on the small lack of awareness there from the last 2 players of One Shot, as much as they were fixated on playing for the retake as well, and like playing between each other, setting up for a trade perhaps. Sparrow just denies it. Bomb wasn't gonna make its way through that ramp angle, which was the lesser of the 2 contested areas. Again, these smokes are just in the middle of middle, and Faded has gotten 2 kills from it. I take it all back. Maybe that smoke has some application, because they couldn't see a damn thing.
Faded getting aggressive. He's found success here before, and why not go for the same menu item? Well, turns out there's a bit of spice added to it. That's a kicker. Unfortunately, it's not too hard to digest.
Great round there from Faded overall. I mean, we're kind of talking, you know, I guess we sort of set up in the pre-show, and we've kind of really to see it in the server, but who is going to step up for One Shot has been a part of our talk for the team. And, well, if Faded's going to be as assertive as that, you know, going and transitioning from fighting through middle to then taking a bit of dominance outside of Cheetah as well, then, hell, he might be the guy that you call to action.
Smoke Faded's gone, so is Greg. How have they gone and done that? It looked like the CTs were in perfect position, but the phase can go either way, and the smoke phase will not work out for them at all. Only one player lost on the terrace side. Disaster.
Yeah, Greg was trying to go in to help Donut, and before they knew it, that Donut was "do not fight." Just that's what it said on the map. Couldn't quite back himself out in time, and could go for a knife here. Oh, FPS. He's a hyper-aware flicky boy. He's seems like a high-sense gamer. Comfortable to clear those close angles, but not quite quick enough. That's a round Wisla no right in winning. I think it's fair to say. They just overrun and just dive through the donut smoke. And, hell, one shot weren't quite prepared for that.
I mean, 9 might be too many already, but if Wisla can actually get to 10, honestly, Michael, that might be where I just don't have faith in One Shot's T side to bring it back. They have to put a stop to it over here, and the pressure to do so with only, you know, the buy that they have, it's a straggler.
Well, they fixed the mid-smoke. Still not an ideal one, but one that does the job effectively. Make sure they don't lose players in the early duels, especially in a round where they have limited resources. Crucial that their utility hits the mark. They're slow working into the A bomb site, just a pair of them. The Wislasnatchie and Sobol right with him, just in case of a close swing. Greg's completely isolated. If they catch the timing on him, it would be devastating here for one shot.
Good readjustment from him, though. Oh, but Sobol's been boosted up over here. If they get the quick double swing out, Greg's not going to have that much of a chance, especially with the player jumping on him. Snatchie's been solid on the entry so far, but he neglects the off angle, and Greg's going to be able to off Snatchie instead.
I want to take the
ult,
smoke
shocked out. Sobol might be in a position to punish him for that greed. Greg is gone, and the A bomb site might not be too far off.
Yeah, Greg's been double oping for one shot his whole CT half, so as soon as he sees that ult, a little too tantalized. Fadette does win his duel into Donut, so keeping at least a little bit of control over towards the A side of things while the teammates make rotations, but the red room is off limits! Goofy's in position to find a second, and FPS, what can you even do here? Trapped between two different angles where there's no escape.
The speed at which he pulls out that Tech 9 just straight to the head, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and you can see there was not even a reaction for the comms as quick. It's like, oh, he's in Donut. Wait, all of a sudden he's chasing me down with a Tech.
Ah, God, Wisla, this could be too much. You also just don't have money on the one-shot side, so you have to go for this half buy, no buy, kind of eco round situation. Wisla already guaranteed, well, merely guaranteed 11. Don't know if the angels that they have on their shoulders can flap hard enough to lift them out of this predicament, Michael.
By the way, just to touch on the point, I think we saw a spawn-based T-side mid-smoke, which, you know, that's the type of nerdy stuff I enjoy. Even with
also,
certain commands being removed, it's still pretty prevalent. Like, people know what they're doing.
Also, definitely quite nice, because, you know, it just sort of lends into what we were talking about, that Wisla have been prioritizing Ancient a lot more. You know, they've been having significantly better results. Spawn-based smokes, that's pretty deep into the prep of a map.
Yeah, I just love that we have, like, the level of sort of information and level of learned skills that... You know, I think Mirage was the first map where everyone's like, oh, wow, you can do that? That's crazy. And then, you know, we're seeing it from Dust 2. We're seeing it from Ancient. People have been making sure to hammer these points in. I think, actually, to be fair, maybe spawn-based smoke, or like spawn-based lineup, maybe even call it back as far as cache. Like the highway smoke that you line up with a cloud with. That was certainly something. Had to go on a hell of a trek, but yeah, it's clear that the Wisla have put in the prep and they're comfortable enough, at least in the mid-rounding. They've just been basically playing default and aggro default at that. Like they're comfortable with a couple of players looking for information or picks and then trying to work the mid-round from there, because One Shot haven't shown that they have the right protocols to counteract any of it.
FPS is going to try and make this one-way smoke work for him, or rather the gap in the smoke work with him, but he's just inside it.
This is so scary.
This is... This is not going to work out. The problem is, even if he gets a kill over there, he's never going to get more than one. It's just the wrong weapon for it. Cynics, at the very least, is good for stopping him from getting a quick red room push out, but Sparrow just stomps on Fadet's face. Cynics, however, good for finding another right behind the smoke. Molotov picked up and used immediately as well, just to try and guard the bomb. Give him some time to breathe and make a decision. Unfortunately, Jack has not got any time to breathe left in his life, seemingly, because he's dead. Crack's all alone, a 1-on-2, one where he has no information and honestly no advantages whatsoever. At least it's a quick move. Maybe he can make it work, and he's moved past the Molotov as well, but right back into it, and now he's separated. He cannot smoke it off. He'll be blocking off his entranceway, and he cannot move into it either.
Oh, what? He got the kill just as he burns to the flames. 12-3 at the half. Wisla, dominant start. We'll see if they can have a dominant finish.
Well, difficult place to be if you're a fan of one shot, but maybe, just maybe, the pistol round can be a path to redemption. I have my doubts, but maybe we're going to be proven wrong. And Snatchie, well, he's been on a tear.
Oh god, don't give him more. Yeah, you can see Fada thought about it for a second and then just turned away. Teammates making their way up outside of Cheetah, and Goofy's not challenging, but Cynics clearing the left side means Goofy will swing wide right. Yeah, this ain't looking too pretty.
Alright, cowboy. Faded, at the very least, did have a couple of good moments in the previous half as well. Finds himself 2 kills over here. A 1-on-5 needs to be pulled off. Seems unlikely, to say the least. And yeah, he's going to be found and brought down at the end of things. Goofy to shut him down with the dualies, and it seems like the double dualies will prevail time and time again as long as they're being held by Wisla.
Yeah, what do you do when you're 1-on-3 and 2 guys go wide swinging out with dualies at you? They've got 4 pistols. You've got 1. How could you ever win? Too difficult. And a little too bare bones for one shot to try and go for a bit of a mid-fight. I think if that was going to be the case that they wanted to do that, you know, a flash would have gone a long way perhaps. Maybe even a smoke, make the angles more difficult to fight. Now it's
he just peeks in! Oh god, Michael. It's one of those not nice ones as well. Yeah.
Welcome to the sawmill, and unfortunately you're the logs.
14-3. How much wood can a woodchuck chuck before? All that stuff. Wood. Dead.
Couldn't remember the tongue twister. And even
I actually couldn't remember the words. I was like, oh, this is going to be so good for a transition. Then I realized, never mind. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Is that?
That's the one.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That is it, yeah. Nailed it as well.
I used to do it for practice day. It's one of the older ones. Snatchie down on the sidelines.
Well, we are in the forest, and maybe one shot's in and amongst the trees. They need to have some sort of inspiration, some sort of Mother Nature's gift to get them some of these rounds. And with them having a man advantage, better weaponry on board as well, this is looking, and it's painting out to be a pretty successful T-side conversion. In fact, Wisla may not even contest it, recognizing that fact.
Yeah, they're just going to back home and try and save into the next one. Obviously, they had a lot of MP9s in this, so I thought that maybe they actually just think about throwing bodies, but at the same time, armor is pretty valuable. Even those MP9s, hell man, like you just buy up an AWP, drop it over for Snatchie, keep 2 MP9s, and stop the rest.
Yeah, lets them actually just upgrade away from these SMGs as well and just buy the rifles, because they do have some reserve cash, so. They can keep them. Will they stay or will they go? They will stay.
Okay. Not too surprised. Obviously, you know, just
they got a
make it a little
big
bit
lead
healthier.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit surprised that they don't buy up a little bit more utility on top of it. Or, I don't know. Maybe Snatchie actually ended up dropping his utility to someone else because obviously he had the op given to him. So they physically cannot buy more, but not too sure. Like that. Jedka's gone through and he's been tagged up so heavily as well. Ah, dear.
Yeah, they really do commit to the full spray and pray. Oh, God.
Ooh. Not expecting the second player over there, and the second kill as well on the B bomb site. Jekka's got control, which Sparrow is demised, but that smoke's gone too deep, and Sobol, they might actually end up thinking that there's a player who's going to be staying in nearby. There's another gap in that one too.
Yeah, massive.
It's not even a gap, it's just a tunnel. You can see all the light at the end of it, and Sobol's been given such a lot of room to try and work around off of this. A grenade forward. He'll be able to push out as well. The tag damage is enough for him to take a one-on-one, while Greg was being a little bit more cautious. Greg's going to find one at the very least. Snatchie trying to push in, but Sobol's there to trade and bring it back. He's waiting for his teammate to make his way over. A smoke's going to give an isolated one-on-one if he wants to push forward. Sobol, however, would rather go stick the bomb defuse. They don't have a kit, let's not forget. The one they had is too far into Cheetah, and Jedka, well, at this point, you might as well just save.
Being silent about it so that they don't go hunting here on the side of one shot. A little dangerous, for sure. If not for the fact that they had that gap to play off of, there's probably no real way for Sobol to contest and get those 2 kills. You know, trading off of his teammate that's moving into the bomb site. Utility can be everything and just that extra level of security. And one shot have yet to show that they've rehearsed all of that still. But good entries. You know, they're able to keep things relatively in check. You know, deterring some of the mid pressure with the MP9 as well. Made sure that Wisla, they had a couple of ideas about how they wanted to approach the round, but one shot made it more difficult for them to actually accomplish those goals.
Oh, Greg's gone. Snatchie's been so prolific in finding these kills down mid, and Cynics turns around. Yeah.
Only had a tiny little angle to find that fight as well, and Sobol still nailed him, so... Like the idea. One shot really taking the fight to them, but Flash didn't really do too much to deter Snatchie.
Okay, Faded and Jekka, maybe they've got something still in them. They look committed towards that A bomb site even now, but a grenade onto Sparrow does weaken him up. Unfortunately for them, Snatchie's still right here to cover, and cover he does. 15-5, looking to replicate the scoreline from the previous map. Wisla are not giving up an inch.
I love that Snatchie just swings out to save his teammate. Spear is just like, send help, please. I'm surprised that nade didn't kill him, to be quite honest. It might have actually sped things up for one shot, getting that kill, reacting to the AWPer. There's a lot of things that haven't gone right, but not all of them can be chalked up to Wisla having a better game. I mean... They do have a better game, but it seems like they've got better prep alongside it, so it's kind of a justifiable set of results. One shot just look a little too puggy. I think it looks as though like they put in a few reps on the map, but haven't rehearsed all the high meta smokes.
Well,
Or haven't
rehearsed all the angles either. Yeah. Greg is at least good for one. You know, Sobol does go down, but the problem is they haven't actually found any map control off of that pick either, because Jedka's still inside the red room. So Greg going forward is just sort of welcoming the arms of Jedka to choke you down. And Sparrow, well, he's choking down a couple of these players, but not without being traded. Jedka, unprepared for Greg still being stationed inside the red room, might end up being caught off, but his speedy feet have granted him access towards that B bomb site. Problem is, he's being pincered.
Oh, is he though? Is he? That second prong, it's gone. They were hoping for an easy one in the conversion as soon as they had that info, and now they're getting flanked. They're getting pincered.
It is still 2-2, a little bit more of a fair fight over here, I suppose. But now that Cynics is gone, no fairness, not anymore. Jekka expecting another player to be here. If he goes to the A bomb site, he's going to need to hightail it.
He's running. He has to.
Oh, he's circling. He's circling right into Jetka's crosshair. Get red! Jekka! just gets taken apart. A consecutive 16-5, 16-5 series just being put together. You've got Wisla qualifying for the playoffs, just dominating straight through and through. That is beautiful CS being played.
Yeah, really close game in the first round, of course, against Gamer Legion. For like